So I will be going. This is October month now. From or in few days, I will be going very fast. So we will be doing things more than what we were doing in the past. So make sure you should be ready to do a lot of things in a class. Okay. So let's start today's topic because we have to do a lot of things and we are behind the schedule. So I will be working now. I will be starting. We will be doing the array, new functions in the array, and I may repeat these functions uh, maybe tomorrow and day after tomorrow also, because few examples I will give you today, few examples I will give you tomorrow and day after tomorrow. So let's start with the first function for the today is array filter. So let's create the array. For example, city is equal to Delhi. I will create array. Okay, so I'll be creating cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Los Angeles, London. Okay, so this is my array. Now I have to do filter. Now what filter does? Filter will, based on certain conditions, it will create a new array, and new array will be some of the elements from this array. So filter is used to isolate the elements from this array. Okay, so how to do filter? I'll just show you. I'll create a new array, for example, cities 2, and this new array I will use the filter. So how I will use the filter like this? I will say cities of filter, and inside filter I will create a function. It can be a normal function or you can create arrow function. This is the arrow function. And this arrow function will receive two parameters. One is called the record and one is called the index. Let's see what we get in the record and what we get in the index. So for example, I'll say console.log record is record, and I will also say console.log index is index. Okay, let's see what happens. So when I run the filter, it goes through each element, Delhi, Mumbai, Los Angeles, London, and what was the element, it will go as a record, and what is the index, it goes as a 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and the record is nothing but this Delhi, Mumbai, Los Angeles and London. So this is what we get in the filter. But what will be the cities too? Let's check what will be the cities too. I'm getting empty array. Now, though I run the filter, but I'm getting cities as an empty array. So we need to understand this part little bit. So I will create again cities 2 with city of filter, and I pass record and index. Now here I will put my condition. What condition I want to put? For example, I will say this is the character 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I will say I want if the length is 6 or greater than 6, I will say it should go into the cities too. And if length is less than 6, it should not go to the cities too. So we have Delhi, Mumbai, Los Angeles, London. So here I will say if what I have to check the record, I have to check Delhi. So I'll say if record.strlen record.length sorry if record.length is greater than or equal to 6, then return true, else return false. So remember, filter should always return true or return false. If it is returning true, that record will be saved in the cities too. If we return false, that record will not be in the cities too. So let's go one by one. What is the length of Delhi? What is the length of Delhi? 5. So does it fulfill this condition? Yes or no? No. Therefore, will cities 2 will get Delhi or no? Will Delhi will be saved in cities 2? The answer is in cities 2, Delhi will be not be saved. Now let's take another one, Mumbai. Whether Mumbai has record, what is the length of Mumbai? 6. Whether it is equal or greater than 6? Yes. Whether cities 2 will get Mumbai? Yes. Cities 2 will get Mumbai. Similarly, Los Angeles. Whether Los Angeles length is greater than 6? Yes. So whether cities 2 will have Los Angeles? Yes. Whether London has length greater than or equal to 6? Yes. Whether cities 2 will have the London? Yes. Why? Because all these three are having the length of 6 or greater than 6. Therefore, cities 2 will get Mumbai, Los Angeles and London, but not Delhi. So if I enter it and if I check cities 2, I am getting Mumbai, Los Angeles, London. So filter is, it goes through each record and based on certain condition, whatever you want, you either return true or false. If you return true, it will be saved in the cities 2, and if you return false, it will not be saved in the cities 2. So before I go further, you write down the cities, just write down so that you can remember, and then write down this function, and then you can give the ultimate result. Cities 2 is this one. So just write down this part and let me know once it is done. Okay, hope everyone might have done this part. I will just put in the notepad also, so we can. Okay, so this is the one which I told you to write down. Okay, so let's take one more example of this filter. We'll take a lot of examples of the filter. Let's take another example. So I'll create one variable called as object or array is equal to, this should be array because filter only applies to array. It will not be applied to function or object. It will only apply to array. So I create array and each array has the object. So what is the object? I will say name. Name is Jack and I will say age. Age is 34. So this is one object. Second is I will say Tony and age is for example 45. I'll create third array as Nina and I will put it as 16. Okay, so this is my array and I run the array. It is saying I have three elements: first object, second object, third object. Now I will use the filter. So if I want to use the filter, I have to create a new variable and variable will be for example array2 and I will take the first array, that is this one, and I will use the filter for it. Now in the filter I will pass the arrow function and in the arrow function I will get the record and index. Always make record and index. You can name it whatever you want, but this is the preferred way of putting it, or this is my way of putting it. And when I run this filter, let's see what happens here. What comes in the record? For the index, it will always come as 0, 1, and 2. So I don't care about the index now. I'm only concerned of index record now. So let's do the record. Let me see what record is coming. So when I run it, first time record is saying Jack and 34, second time it's saying Tony 45, third time it is saying Nina and 16. So I want to manipulate this filter such that I want only people who are less than 18. Okay, so I want to run the filter, but I want this new array for all the people who are less than 18 years old. So what I will do, I will put here if record dot age is less than or equal to 18, for example, less than or equal to 18, then I want to return true. So it will be all people who are less than or equal to 18. Or better is I want all 18, less than 18. I don't want 18 or 18 plus. So I'll say return true. And else, what I will say? Return false. So what will happen in this case? Every time it will check the age, and if his age is less than 18, it will saved in the array 2, and if it is greater than 18, it will not be saved in the array 2. So when I run this, and when I check array 2, it has only one element, that is the Nina of age 16, and it is not taking the Jack or Tony. So this is the function to do another, this is another example of filter where we can do this. So filter can be used in many cases. I am giving you few examples, but in practical world you may get different examples. Those who have done my React class last year, they might know I have used filter a lot in my project, and I use filter a lot in my real life projects. So for now, write down this part. Create this array and write down this array filter and just return result with this one. So write down this one in 1 minute and then we'll move further. This part, only write down this part. Okay, hope everybody has completed this part. I will put it in the notepad for the future, those who want to do later. It is good if you do together with me. Otherwise, okay, let's modify this array more, and then I will give you one task. I will add the gender also as male, male, female. I will add few more. Maybe I will say Nancy as a female, age of 34. Then I will say Biden, age of 80 as male. Then I will say Trump, age of 78 as male. Okay, so this is the array for my new task, and now you have to do the task and give me the result. So task number 1, I will give you the task, different task. You have to create different variable for each task. I'll give you another task also, task 2. So I'll give you 2 tasks. You have to complete it now. So I want create a new variable, maybe array2. So I want array2 to be all objects or all uh, users who are males. Okay. Create array3 for all users who are females. So I want to use the filter, and I have to see where all users are male or all users are female. Okay, and I will give one more task, 3 tasks. Task number 3. Make this array3, make this as a array4, all users who are senior citizen. Senior citizen means they are 65 or above. Okay. So complete these 3 tasks and use filter in all cases and create a new variable array2, array3, array4 and give me the code for it. I'll give you 5 minutes to complete this. Okay, Anand completed it. And all the three variables are correct. So I am waiting for others to complete. Don't check the Anand's solution. You try to do it your solution. So from tomorrow or day after tomorrow, things will go very fast. So I will be not doing things slowly because we have to do a lot of things. We have to complete a lot of things. I started slowly. Now I want things to go very fast. And so things will go very fast from tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Okay, and she has written 1. It's correct. Okay, so I'll do all three again, but I will show you another shortcut of doing things. Whatever Anshi or other students have done, that is correct, and I have only taught you that method, but I want you to improve this array filter a little bit. So for example, I will create var array2 is equal to array.filter. Okay, who has given the answer? Okay, and she has given the answer. Right. So it's right. Whatever she has given or Ananda has given is right. So I'll create arrow function here. And inside arrow function, I will say record and index. Since index is not used in my this curly bracket, so I can remove the index part. So I'll just use the in record part. If I want to use the index part, then I can use also index part. But since I will not be using it, so I will remove the index part. So I'm using only the record part. Now I can here check if record dot gender is equal to male, then return true, or else return false. I can write down this as you are written in curly brackets. That is exactly same. It is fine. But I can also say return record.gender equal to male. That means if gender is equal to male, this part will become true, and if record.gender is not equal to male, then this part will become false. So either putting if and else condition, I will return it in one line by saying record.gender equal to male. So this way, if it is male, this part will become true, and if it is not male, then this part becomes false. So it automatically returns true or false based on this condition. So rather than putting if and else condition, we'll put only one line record.gender equal to male. So if this is male, then it will automatically return true, and if it is female, then this will return false, and we will get array2 as expected. I will do console.log of array2. So we are getting all with the male. Is this part clear? I did only in one line instead of writing if and else condition. I just want to understand whether you have understood this part or not. Okay, Anand is saying yes. I want answer from everyone. If you don't understand, I will repeat this part again. Anyone who has not understood this part? Okay. So let me explain it again with the example number of 3. So here I will create array 3. Here either I can write if record dot gender is equal to female, then return true, or else return false. I can write this way. If it is female, then return true, and if it is not, it is false. But I can only write directly return record.gender equal to female. So this, what is mean by this one? This means if gender is equal to female, then this part will return true. And if gender is not equal to female, then this part will become false. So no need to write the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of the code. we can complete it in one line of the code by returning in one line. And if I run the array 3, it will give me two results, Nina and Nancy, both are female. Okay, so instead of writing if-else condition, we are trying to avoid that case. We are putting it in one line also. But it is equally right if you write down if and else condition as I explained before. So both are correct, but this way you are reducing the size of the lines of the code, which in one sense doesn't matter. You can make it clear by putting if and else condition. That is also correct. But if you want to reduce, you can reduce it in one line also. Both are correct. Both are equally good. So you can put anything. Both have equal complexity. So it doesn't matter. You use first one or the second one. Let's try to do the last one. Array 4, senior citizen, with one line of the code. I will put array 4. And here I will say record.age is greater than or equal to 65. So this will return true if it is greater than 65, and it will return false if it is less than 65. So I will see who are above 65. It's Biden and Trump, both are greater than 65, so they are senior citizens. So hope you understood this one line of the code. Is it clear? One line of the code. Okay, let me write down. Okay, let me write down the notes. I will give you the notes now. I created one URL. You can refer it, do it multiple times, and this array filter is very important. Okay. Okay, let me copy and paste. 1 second, I'll give you the URL. Okay, here is the URL in the chat. 1 second. Okay, it's in the chat, and I will also post in the Telegram group. Yeah, that's all for today. Any questions?